Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and in this video I've got your overview and gameplay for the T1E1 from the Sky Guardians dev server. Currently, and I say currently because dev server stats and everything can really change all the way up to and through the live server when the update comes out. But currently, this is a rank 3 battle rating 5.0 heavy tank for the American Ground Forces tech tree. And if this looks familiar, it is because pretty much it's a prototype of the M6A1. And I'm not really doing this any justice, so I'll get rid of these decorations, or I guess you could say cheat bushes right here, and voila. So as you can see, very similar vehicles. Of course, now the T1E1 is not complete yet, which is why it kind of looks like an army man figure, like from the 90s. But, overall, these are very similar vehicles. Now, the T1E1 is a bit different. Now, as you can see, I mean, the cannons look about the same, and I'm not entirely sure why. I guess it kind of makes some level of sense, because this is 75 as opposed to 76, so they look very similar, but this has a 75mm M3 cannon, so pretty much what you would see on the Sherman. Now, this is a longer 75, so maybe once the dev server becomes the live server, we might see better armor pen from this, because these are the same armor pen values, if I'm not mistaken, from the shorter barrel 75 that we see on the Sherman, but who knows? So essentially, this is, again, just an M6A1, but the prototype variant. Now, one really interesting thing here is that it does weigh a bit more. Now, the overall armor is going to be about the same at 101, 69, 44, and much kind of the same for the whole armor, or the turret armor. But the very interesting thing here is that, as you can see in the T1E1, it's got a 37km/h forward and reverse speed with 6 gears for both. That's because, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I am wrong in the comments below, this is like an electro drive or electro hybrid drive or whatever it is, whereas this is not. So realistically speaking, this will kind of function in the same way as the VK4501P, Panzer Befehlswagen. This will function similarly to kind of how the mouse is. So it's a very interesting system, but I think the reason why they didn't produce it is because it's too complex, so on and so forth. It just costs more money. So they just put a regular transmission into it and called it a day, which is why the M6A1 actually saw a few hundred of them being built but never put into actual service. Rather, they were used to destroy trucks and raise money for war bonds. But that being said, as you can see, this is a totally incomplete visual here. It's an incomplete model. Only, if I'm not mistaken, like one of these actually works, and it's just a totally incomplete vehicle. The textures aren't even on. But that being said, let's test this thing out. I might even get into a match, but as you can see, and don't get angry at me, I cannot join a ground battle in ground realistic. Rather, it would have to be in arcade. And interestingly, in arcade, this has a higher BR than the M6A1, despite having a lesser cannon. So I wonder why that is. But that being said, let's get into it. Now, there are some things that I think are a little bit noteworthy on this vehicle. First and foremost, and again, dev server, things are going to change before the live release. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to happen or if it's even possible. But first, like, that cannon really needs to see an armor increase, or an armor pen increase, especially at this BR. Like, holy cow. But anywho, the 37mm cannon on this does not work. Also, look at on the bottom left. Those are HMGs, and they are just going wild. Holy guacamole. That is a fun time if I ever saw it. But again, this is a B, and fun times are not allowed by anyone. So this guy knows where I am now. And I think he should be over here. Hopefully he doesn't suspect that I suspect that I know where he is. And he does. But I have a 50 caliber. What? Man, these bots are getting good. Wasn't even me who killed him. Oh, Jesus. What? Thanks. What? Huh? Huh? What? 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 Okay, I guess let's try this one more time, but what the? None of that just made any sense. But I guess that's the dev server for you. Oh wow, look at the 50 cals. Those are all over the place. I guess it's reflected down here. They just have no idea where to go. So let's do a reverse test real quick, and very nice. That's exactly what I expected. I mean, pretty much when you get a transmission like this in War Thunder, again, kind of like what you see with some of the prototype tanks from Germany, is you get an excellent reverse speed and pretty decent forward speed as well. They're more or less about the same. So, I mean, it's a very impressive sort of thing, but it does add to the overall weight of the vehicle. But, you know, more things go into mobility in War Thunder than just simple power to weight. Now, that being said, I'm about to get crushed. There's an M1 Abrams, and again, I mean, unfortunately, when it comes to the actual dev server, there's not really all too much one can do, right? I mean, you pretty much just have to play the game as well as you can, but you're going to be put into matches with people who are 10 to 11 plus BR. No hit. Oh, he knows I'm here, though. Oh, boy. Yes, he does. Don't you hit me. Don't hit me. It's like you can ask as many times as you want, but these guys just feel the need to hit you. It's just so rude. So rude. But, you know, ultimately, again, you know, dev server gameplay, this is one meant to be a first look to kind of show you exactly what the vehicles are. But in this instance, I mean, this vehicle is very, very obviously incomplete. And it's just not really something. Man, what the hell is it with these bots? They are getting way more difficult recently in the dev server, or at least they're getting much better when it comes to their shots. But again, dev server gameplay, for the most part, when a vehicle is mostly completed, functional rather, you know, it's obviously meant to kind of be a first look. But when it's like this, and the vehicle is nowhere near complete, it's mostly just meant to kind of be a fun time. There's not really all too much one can do in this instance, outside of just hope. Oh my gosh, this is really bad. I can't go through any of these guys. Oh, okay, maybe I could have with that T-85, T-34-85. I'm gonna go for a cheek shot. Nope. Not gonna work. Go for the right side of his cheek. Okay, I mean, that went through, but he was already damaged. Trying to go for his track. Gonna wait for him to go by me. Perfect. Okay. At least I kind of salvaged it. Ooh, Lord. This is ugly. Very ugly, if I do say so myself. Where's that lower glacis shot that I'm looking for? Why is my mouse not moving? And I'll just have to shoot above. Nothing is actually pennable, I guess, for me until I go to the side hole, and there we go. Very interesting. But I'm mostly just killing these guys, not the enemy itself. So what I will do is kind of back up a little bit, use my backing up powers, and get into a bomber and hope that I can actually do something here, but I honestly highly doubt it. Okay, we have an MBT. He's coming over here. That is the bad guy extraordinaire. Go back around, and he's about to kill me. I know it, 100%. I don't have any guns. Let's hope I can kill him. Okay, I can damage him severely, so I'm going to try to flank that guy and kill him to death. Because that is what my plan is and always has been, is to kill these people to death. No way. If I actually got that guy, like, I severely damaged the M1 Abrams. But thus far, I mean, I've been pretty successful in getting, like, God modes. It's gonna come up to the left, I assume. But I also have to take care of these guys. It doesn't even matter. We're gonna lose. So that being said, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But either way, thanks again. Just remember, this is Dev Server Gameplay. Have a great day, everyone.